Good morning, everybody. It's May 1st, brand new day. But there is something that I wanted to share this morning, just off the top of my heart, and that is this whole thing about, I want to be with you, God, but just in the right timing, or when people say, I want to see God, but not just right now. I have to examine my own heart, and in my ministry, I look at the intensity that I may preach in, or the intensity that I see other people speaking in, and a lot of times it's questioned. I've heard people talk about, you're angry, but the thing that I would like to share today is that it's not being angry or frustrated. It's about being convinced that what I'm speaking, it really, really matters. It really, really matters, not only to me, but it really, really matters to God. And if many people who ever see someone that's passionately, expressing the word or whatever, I can't say that everyone is like in my mentality, but if you're even questioning that before you even question your own passions and intensity and things, then there's a problem. Because Jesus is coming back, and it's just too many people in the church that are dead set on trying to make today, make their lives so comfortable, and to see God move and to bless them in so many ways, as far as monetarily, property, just different ways, want to see God bless them. But you don't really hear any messages about seeing God. We talk about it in the by and by, but what about right now, today? Yeah, go ahead and turn the video off, because I know that we don't want to have that expectation of Jesus coming back right now, today. And if you hear this message, if you listen all the way to right now and you hear this, it's not a condemnation, but it's the reason why, as far as myself, I honestly believe it's the reason why I'm so intense, because I know that the Lord loves every single one of us, and he wants us all to be there. But there's so many things that we allow to hinder us and take that position in our hearts and our minds that Christ is supposed to be, and it shouldn't be like that. And this is the reason why we see the failure of the church to be able to manifest certain things, to see manifestations in the church, that God is actually there. It's because we don't have that expectation of him even coming back. We say it, but we don't have that expectation like we do a paycheck coming on Friday, or something good that we've worked for. We have an expectation, and if you go work all day long, and at the end of that pay cycle, you didn't get a check, you're going to be real upset. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having that kind of expectation today that Jesus is coming back. And if he doesn't come back, to be like, man, he didn't come back, but to understand the opportunity that we have to still share our faith and to live this thing out. I hope that made sense to somebody. I think we put a lot of precedence, and we put a lot of focus on tangible things that are going to be left here when we pass away, and not on Jesus actually coming back. Just me thinking about that made me pick up this phone and record this. But at the same time, me thinking about that made me look at myself and what I had on my mind and how I was processing things. So good morning. And I just pray that this message hits you right in the middle of your heart. And I pray that we just stop. We stop worrying about everything and stop trying to figure everything out, and realize that Jesus is coming back. But not only that, he's in us, and he's working for us. He's working for our good, to do good in our lives. And we need to expect that. We need to expect that, and we need to speak that.